Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I am doing a Q&A. So why did I plan this Q&A? I had a lot of fun doing the 5,000 subscriber one, and I'm gonna be going back to school very soon. So I decided to do another Q&A. But also a main reason I was gonna do it was for 1,000,000 views on my channel. Now I'm actually just very close to it, and I don't have many other days free during the night for a live show. So I have about like 4,000 views, so I should be able to get that like a day or two. So I decided to semi-celebrate that with this live show Q&A. It's just again, end of summer, 1,000,000 view celebration. This show does not have prizes. I know last time for 5,000 subscribers, I did have 3 prizes, digital codes, but that'll be for like 6,000 subscribers. I'll do that. Hopefully they'll come sooner than later. But yeah, so I thought it would be kind of a cool, relaxing thing. I know the VMAs are going on during this. I know that. Some of you guys might be watching it. I will be watching it after this. I recorded it, so I am excited to watch the VMAs. I was able to watch Teen Wolf before this, so the Teen Wolf review is up if you're looking for that. Teen Wolf did air on a special time, so be sure to check that out. I see I'm losing viewers, so hopefully I gain some and we can get some questions started. Let's see. If you guys haven't asked questions yet, you know, that's the point of this thing, so definitely be sure to ask questions. Nothing yet. But yeah, so let's just start. Oh, 0 views on here. So I might be talking to myself. I know I have this on Comic Frontline also, so I don't know if I have 0 views. But hopefully you guys are watching and we get some questions started. I know I didn't promote this Q&A. I promoted it on Twitter and Facebook. You guys should definitely follow me on Twitter and Facebook. That way you get information like this. I do random Q&As or random something. A lot of the podcasts are announced there, so like Media Madness. Usually the day for that's announced on Twitter, Facebook, so be sure to subscribe and like to that. Very close to 1,000 followers on Twitter, so excited about that. I don't know, should I do something special for 1,000 followers on Twitter? I don't know. I think I should. I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll give away like a digital code or something if you guys get a question right. I don't know. In the comments below you can answer that. What do you think I should do for 1,000 followers? Probably not another Q&A live show. Again, this is just end of summer thing. Wish I had more time to promote it, but I didn't. But let's see if we got any more questions here. We're getting some more viewers, which is good. Let's see if we got some questions. Got dislike. Thanks, guys. All right, got 2 likes, dislike. I'm just trying to get some questions here. You guys are watching. Definitely ask questions. I know it's kind of a hard start sometimes. So let's just start talking about my channel for a little while. I remember I did that, and then we got some questions rolling after that. And also I started early, so that could be a reason too. It's supposedly supposed to start 8 minutes after this, but I was just playing Temple Run on my phone, and I was like, you know, if I'm not going to watch the VMAs, I'd rather start this. I ended my Teen Wolf review early. Well, usually only takes like half an hour after the episode to review it and get everything up, so it's usually not that bad. So I wanted to give myself some time, so I was like, all right, let me do it 9 o'clock, and here we are. As you can see, I'm stalling. Let's see if we got some questions. All right. Let's see. Here we go. We did get a question. All right. Harry Bean, you were the first person to ask a question last time, too, so that's a really cool thing. All right, let's get started. Harry Bean asks, I wonder what you hope for in Sinestro 6 film. So far, it looks like Kraven. Oh, okay, Sinister 6. Why did I see Sinestro? It's Sinister. All right, Sinister 6 film. So far, it looks like Kraven, Mysterio, Doc Ock, and Vulture leaving 2 spots for either Venom and Electro, or Venom and Carnage, or Scorpion, Sandman, or Chameleon. I don't think Rhino would be back also. I'd like Hydra Man, but doubt it. That's a really good question. I don't know who I want, just because I'm not even thinking about that film right now, just because I really did not like Amazing Spider-Man 2 that much. I don't really love what Sony's doing with the franchise, so I'm not really thinking about the Spider-Man movies, thinking you know, about the DC movies, all the Marvel Studios movies. But I haven't really had much thought on the Sinister 6 movie, but I am thinking a little bit about that female movie. Who the hell is that female going to be? A lot of people are saying Black Cat. I remember it was like first reported as Black Cat, but Still not announced which female character it's going to be. Like, I hope it's going to be Mayday. Obviously, it won't be, but it'd be pretty cool if it was. But at the same time, I would dread it just because I don't know what Sony would do to the character. And then mainstream audiences might think different of May. So I just don't know what to think of the whole Spider-Man thing in general. So I'm not even thinking about it. But it's really, you know, Sinister Six, it's at least something different they're trying to do. But really, it's just them trying to keep the rights for Spider-Man. So that's what they're trying to do. They're just throwing anything. Let's make a Venom movie. Let's make a Carnage movie. Let's make an anything movie just to keep our rights, and Marvel not to have Spider-Man swinging around in their Avengers movie. That's what they're really thinking. So, all right, let's see if we got any more questions. Yes, thank you guys. All right, we got a lot of questions here. Okay. See, I think the thing is, it just takes a few minutes to start the show, and that's why we don't get as many questions in the beginning. But I'm glad we're getting questions now. All right, let's see. Oh, we got a lot. The hello question mark, exclamation mark. How can we send question from Reveal Patton? You're doing it right there, just in the comments. I'm looking at the comments at the same time, so just in the comments you can send your questions. All right, this is from Tevia. Question: what's your opinion of Frank Miller writing, and also what is your opinion of Dark Knight Returns anime movie? Frank Miller, I've really not read much of Frank Miller's work. I know obviously had Sin City out this week for the movies, and obviously wrote all the graphic novels for Sin City. But I'm really just not familiar with Frank Miller's writing. Of course, he's did a lot of Batman stuff too, and he did Dark Knight Return, as you mentioned that. I've never read Dark Knight Returns. Obviously, I know what it's about, and I've never seen the Dark Knight Return movie. It just never interests me. Don't really care about. I can't think of her name right now. Carrie Kelly. It's not really interested in her character or just Batman being old. So, yeah, I didn't watch the movie. And also, I think that was around the time I wasn't really reviewing every anime DC movie. Now I do, because a lot of people, when I did not review those anime movies, a lot of people were like, oh, review this one, this one, this one. So I'm just like, okay, I'll review the anime movies. So I do review the DC anime movies when they come out. So, but I've never seen Dark Knight Returns one. Part 1 or Part 2. All right, next question is from Cheshire1501. I actually started making my own comic reviews on my channel. Also made a review for Fate Zero, which I asked you about in the latest Q&A, but you said that you've never heard of it, in case you want an anime recommendation. Very cool. I'll have to check out your channel. Mr. J's comic review. Hey, Kat, so what are your top 10 shows you're looking forward to reviewing this fall? I don't know about top 10, and this is going to not be in any particular order, but actually I am going to have update video by the end of the week, so I am going to change my comic book day. So I usually review my comic books on Thursday, and I guess I can spoil it here, but you can tell anybody, I don't care. I am going to make an update video, that way all my fans could check it out and like what day or the comic book review is going to be. But it's going to be Friday, just because of school, my schedule, it's not allowing me to do it Thursdays anymore, so Friday will be the new day for comic book reviews. Now to answer Jeremy's question, I don't know if I have a top 10, but the shows I really do want to review. Let's think. Teen Wolf when it comes back, obviously, that's just always been an ongoing. Bidden when it comes back, I think also, just because I did all season 1, why not do season 2, and it got renewed. I actually want to try to review Wolfblood. I think that's the surprising one. Wolfblood's actually, the episode 1 review is actually my most popular video on my channel, but I really love Wolfblood, and I remember just watching it, I'm like, oh my god, it's like one of the best kid shows ever, but not even for kid shows, just like one of the best werewolf shows. It's a British show, it's really good. It was on Disney Channel, but I don't know what they're doing with it, but when it airs in Britain, I hope I could review it and watch it, so. Yeah, so I'm going to try to review Wolfblood when that comes back in October. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, what shows I'm going to review comic book-wise or, you know, superhero-wise. Definitely Arrow. Wednesday, it's going to be Arrow. I'm going to try to review Gotham. Monday is a little hard for me, reviews for Mondays, just because I have class late. But it might just be a late review, but if I really like the show, I'll try doing that ongoingly. Flash, I definitely will review, but again, that will be a little late just because of the live show, but yeah, so I will review Flash, definitely. So Flash and Arrow, definitely. Constantine I'm going to try to review also. That's on Fridays. Again, I don't know if I'm going to love Constantine or Gotham, so I got to see if I'll review it ongoingly, but those are definitely going to be shows I review the pilot of. So all those superhero shows, but Gotham and Constantine are, I don't know if I'll like it enough. We'll have to see. But definitely Flash and Arrow. And just had another one, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm going to actually review that ongoingly, too. Again, it won't be right after it airs, just because of other things that are going on, but that will be, I think it's actually a Tuesday live show. That's why I won't be able to do it. So I will be reviewing the show, though. I remember I did not really review it last year just because I didn't love the season, but it got a lot better towards the end, and I want to try reviewing that if you guys want me to. In the comments below, please tell me if you want me to review Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and what other shows you want me to review for fall. That's going to also be in the update video, so you're getting a lot of information already that's going to be in the update video next week. But, yeah, those shows I'm definitely going to review, and we'll see where it goes. I haven't started my schedule yet, so by next week, a little over next week, I'll be starting my school schedule again, so I just got to get used to that and get out of the summer groove and see what shows I can review and what I can't. But I'm sure I'll get everything figured out. Alright, let's get to more questions. Gotta relaunch the channel. I don't know why I just said I have to relaunch the channel. I mean, reload the page. Alright, here's another question from Tevia. What is your opinion of Venom and Carnage movie? Because, in my opinion, I'm sick and tired of Sony screwing over the Spider-Man franchise and just pull the plug on these movies and finally just give back the rights of Spider-Man back to Marvel, in my opinion. I just, touch upon the whole Spider-Man stuff, so I'll touch upon it again just because there's not as many questions. But once question flows, and I might not be able to repeat questions, but yeah, Venom and Carnage, I don't know. Like you just said, they're just kind of overdoing it. They just want to keep the rights for Spider-Man. I'm not a big fan of Sony having the rights, but they're going to keep doing it. Sony hardly has any movies. They need these movie rights. So even if fans hate it, we got to deal with it because they're not going to let go of it, like, at all. Not anytime soon. That's why they're doing all these movies. That way they can have the rights. Even if they're crap, they don't care. They just want the money. And even though Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't do as well as they wanted, I'm sure Venom vs. Carnage is going to make enough money for them. So they're just throwing out names there and not really thinking about the quality, but definitely thinking about the quantity at this point. So they're just throwing any trick up the sleeve. The first female movie, maybe, for a superhero in this generation. I know there's been Elektra, Catwoman, and all that, but I'm thinking this generation, modern superhero, the Thing after Iron Man, first superhero movie. But they're also doing the first, I won't say first villain movie because, there's other villain movies like Dark Knight could be considered a villain movie, but I guess the first prime-centric villain movie like Sinister Six or Venom vs. Carnage. So they're just trying to do anything right now. So, yeah, Sony's going to keep those rights no matter what, even if we're angry or pissed off. All right, let's get into more questions. All right, let's see. Harry Bean, did you see Flash leak pilot? It was cool, but Weather Wizard could have been handled better. I am going to go see the Flash pilot at the Paley Center this beginning of September, so I am going to legit have a review. So I don't like supporting leak stuff, so I'm not supporting a leak thing, but I am going to see it at the Paley Center, so by the beginning of September I will have a review for the Flash on this channel. No spoilers, don't worry, so I will have a review, and also probably like 5 things you can expect on Comic Frontline for the Flash, and also I'll have that for Gotham, so I'm going to have the Gotham pilot early also. And there's other shows in between, but Gotham and Flash I think are the big announcements for you guys, so that will actually be early on my channel, advanced review, no spoilers, so you'll see my thoughts then. Alright. From Link2195, hello, I'm a longtime DC comic reader, recently started watching the Marvel movies. The Marvel comics look interesting, but I don't know where to start. Any suggestions? With Marvel, Marvel Now just started. I do a series called the One-on-One series. If you want to go check that out on Comic Frontline, it's for new readers where you should start out for different characters. So if you want to check that out, like a character interests you, let's say Spider-Woman. I just did one, a couple, or X-23. If those characters interest you, you could check out those videos. Definitely check out the one-on-one videos. But to recommend some, Miss Marvel is really good. I really like Miss Marvel. Ultimate Comics Spider-Man is really good. Start out. You can start out with the first issue, but I would really start out with the first issue of the last Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, the first Miles Morales series. I would start out with that. Those are really two good titles. Nova's pretty fun. Trying to think of others. Elektra. Really been enjoying Elektra. These are stuff from the top of my head. I've been enjoying Amazing Spider-Man. I do like, obviously, just because it's Spider-Man. So those are some I can recommend. Again, I would recommend the one-on-one videos that we get those exact series, what to start with and everything. And if you don't see a character on one of those one-on-one videos, you can recommend one-on-one videos in the comments on Comic Frontline or wherever. And if I answer them back, that means I will do a one-on-one video for that character. All right, so let's get started with another question. Reveal Patton. Claire, hey. So how do you feel about the new Spider-Man reboot? So there's a lot of Spider-Man questions here. You believe, which of course, because I'm a big Spider-Man fan, but a lot of people talk about Sony. You believe Sony should sell the rights to Marvel, and would you rather let it stay with? I pretty much talked about the Sony stuff, so I'm gonna skip the Sony stuff. Just look back. I just talked about Sony a lot, so I'm gonna skip that. But the other question from you was, how are you liking the new Amazing Spider-Man comic so far? I've been liking it. You know, I can't say I've been loving it. I do think Dan Slott has done better stories. I think his best story arc was Spider Island. Love Spider Island. It's kind of sad that you can't really see a Mary Jane, and a lot of the female characters have been pushed to the side, but I'm really excited for Spider-Verse. Like, totally ecstatic for Spider-Verse. So overall, you know, I've been liking it. I really like the Silk idea, where they're taking Silk. I don't know if I really like the chemistry between them. I don't want to spoil too much if you haven't been reading the series, but I don't know if I like that, but I do like the character in general and see where she goes, if they do anything with her. So I like that idea. Overall, I'm just really looking forward to Spider-Verse. I'm happy that Peter's back. I wasn't a huge fan of Superior Spider-Man, but I like the idea of Superior Spider-Man, and going out on a limb, that's what Dan Slott did, so I was happy by that. All right, some more questions here. Tevia. Question, what is your opinion of Ultimate Marvel? Right before, Tevia, I've answered this question a lot, but I'll answer it again. Jeff Loeb ruined everything because, in my opinion, I'm sick and tired of Jeff Loeb because everything he touches turns to shit. Yeah. You're talking about Marvel Animation. We've talked a lot about this, Tevia, because you access a lot this on Comic Frontline, but I'll touch a little bit on the Jeff Loeb stuff. I personally, you know, with Ultimatum, I understand why people are upset, but it's Ultimate Universe. They can do whatever they want. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with pretty much what they're doing with the Ultimate Universe now. I really like Ultimate Spider-Man. Don't really like the Ultimates and Ultimate FF just because it's not handled right with the writers. But I love Jeff Loeb's run on Ultimate X. It's one of my favorite miniseries ever. So I don't think he ruined it. I think Jeff Loeb's done some good stuff. So he also wrote on Heroes. You know, I think with the whole Marvel Animation, we've explained this before, Tevia, it's for kids. You know, there's a lot of different things for adults. We have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the movies, and they're trying to depict two different age ranges. So I understand what they're trying to do. We have our other cartoons. It'd be great if they had more adult-oriented cartoons, but they're trying to get the kids into it, and that's who's watching Disney XD. So in a marketing point of view, it makes sense. But is it what I love? No, but I'm not going to watch those cartoons then. All right. Next is Cheshire. In the very non-likely case, what Marvel decided to make a teen superhero movie, what would you choose? Miss Marvel, 2014, Young Avengers, Runaways, Avengers Academy, or Avengers Undercover? Well, Avengers Academy and Avengers Undercover are kind of the same thing, but I think what would work most from your list to translate into a movie is the Runaways, just because the story arc, it's totally could be done as a movie. Just whole your parents are villains and who's the mole, who's not the mole, which I won't spoil if you haven't read The Runaways, which you should read The Runaways. That first story arc's amazing, and all those characters are really cool. But yeah, I think Runaways would translate the most. Avengers Academy, I don't know, because the sales are not that great for those characters. Even though Runaways characters are there, so I don't know if they would do that. Young Avengers I would love to see, but that would maybe be able to translate into a movie. But honestly, I think that'd be easier to translate into an ABC Family television show. So I would like to see Young Avengers as a TV show before a movie. And what was the other one you mentioned? Miss Marvel. I think it's too early to tell with Miss Marvel because her character just started. So it would have to be a couple of years until they did something with her. But I think, again, I don't know, movie? I don't know. Probably it would be a lot of years before we see a Miss Marvel movie. Television show? Maybe. ABC Family is definitely the best answer for that. All right. Next question. Tavia, question, what's your opinion on Attack of the Titan? Because I love that show. We've answered this one too, Tavia, but I'll shortly answer it. Try to ask some different questions, Tavia, but so anything away from the Ultimate Universe and the Marvel animation you could ask, but and also Wolf Among Us. We have answered those too. But Attack on Titan, I've never seen it, but it's definitely a show I want to see. I think it's English dubbed too. I'm more of an English dub fan. I'm not a humongous anime fan, but I've heard really good things about Attack on Titan. So I have not seen it yet, but I just finished Pretty Little Liars, all 5 seasons, so I'm giving myself a little break for binge watching. I think Vampire Diaries has to be next just to finish off the season to get ready for the new season. Americans also. There's other shows I have to catch up with. Believe. I mean, I know it got canceled, but I kind of want to see where that goes. So there's shows I still have to catch up from last season. Keep saying that, but there still are shows. So I've been doing Pretty Little Liars all summer, which is a great show. If you guys want me to review that somehow, maybe I'll do that when it comes back in January. Okay. Justin Paget, do you feel the quality of DC books is declining? I've noticed that I'm getting fewer and fewer DC titles lately. I just think, it's a loop. There is a time where I'm like, hey, DC's doing so much better than Marvel. And there's times where I'm like, Marvel's doing so much better than DC. It's just that it depends. But I just try to find my favorite books, and I don't really think about the publisher. I really like Miss Marvel from Marvel, but I really like Batgirl from DC, which they're changing. So, I don't know. But there's other great titles, like Justice League, I think they do better. Like Teen Books, I think they do better in. And, I love both companies, but I agree. There's some times where DC does better and Marvel does better. Has it been declining? Yeah, I would say a little. I think Marvel's kind of on the upswing right now, but maybe in another year DC will be in the upswing. So it's a time of year, It's always going to change for me. So as of right now, I think Marvel is doing a little better this year, though. All right, let's see. Any more questions? Yes. Tevia, yes, you're talking about the Ultimate Universe. Tevia, I have a really long question about Future Foundation and all of those things, so try to shorten those questions into one post. Or this is a better way to put it. You have many questions in one post. Put each question in different posts because it's very hard to read a paragraph. So with these Q&As. All right, so separate that and I'll answer that question. All right, reveal pattern. I may be the only one asking questions on here. Well, no, there's definitely other people, but keep going with the questions. But Claire, we all know Thanos may be the villain for Avengers 3, but who do you believe will be the big bad for Avengers 4? I am not thinking about Avengers 4 just because that's so far away. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we haven't gotten Avengers 2 yet, so I don't know. I'm definitely not thinking about the villains for those. We still don't even know what other movies are coming out, so too far away for me. Let's see Avengers 2 first. All right, next is from Omnitron. If Marvel Studios ever gets Wolverine, do you think they'll see Fox push X-23? I think if they get the rights for Wolverine, they're going to get the rights for everything. So I don't think they'll just get the single rights for Wolverine. But I guess if there's a reality where that happens, I don't know. I don't think Fox is really highlighted on their female characters that much. I think maybe they've done a little bit more than other Marvel movies, but because like Storm, they kind of highlighted Jean Grey. But X-23, I mean, I don't know. Just the direction that the X-Men movies are going, I don't see it happening. But you never know. They have Wolverine. If Marvel Studios gets Wolverine somehow, which I don't think that will happen, but if that happens, I guess they need somebody. But then also, I think probably Marvel would own X-23 also if they own Wolverine. So yeah, I don't think it would be a possibility. All right, next question. Are you still reading Lazarus? And it's from Terry McGinnis. Sadly, I did drop Lazarus. It was a good series, but it was just too slow for me. I was reading too many books, especially some indie books. I wanted to try more indie books. So for me, I had to drop it. It was just going too slow. I liked the idea, but nothing was intriguing me like other books, so I did drop it. All right, let's see if we got more questions. Reload the page. All right, let's see. Yes, we do have a lot more questions. All right, this is a different question from Tevia, so let's see. Question, what is your opinion of Captain Marvel, aka Billy Batson from DC, and Mary Marvel? Because in my opinion, I love those characters. The New 52 ruined everything with those characters. And also New 52 also ruined my favorite heroes, the Teen Titans. I bleep Scott Lobdell and bleep the New 52, in my opinion. I like the New 52 Shazam. That's actually how I got into Captain Marvel, so I liked it. I know I just did a video for you, Tevia, actually, for a one-on-one video. Check it out. Talk a little bit about the whole Captain Marvel New 52 thing. I personally like the New 52 Captain Marvel / Shazam. But yeah, I can understand why old fans are disappointed. He's very different. He's a little bit more bratty. But yeah, I still like, you know, a lot of things from the New 52. I don't like the Teen Titans from the New 52, but you kind of just have to move on from it. And hopefully it'll get better in the future. You know, comics, they're always changing. As I want to see Mary Jane and Spider-Man together. You know, I'm still reading Spider-Man, though, because there's other elements I like about it. Teen Titans, I'm giving this new Teen Titans a try, even though Casey is not really recognizable or Tim Drake isn't. I was pretty upset about it in the beginning, but you kind of have to move on from it, and you're going to see that a lot in comics. So, yeah, New 52 has some bad things, has some great things also, so I can't complain. I like some stuff with the New 52 also. All right, next question is from Jeremy Beckham. What do you want to see in Legend of Korra Season 4? Great question, because Legend of Korra just ended for Season 3, and I love the finale. Check out my review if you haven't yet, if you watch Legend of Korra. Honestly, I think Season 3 is one of their best seasons. I think with Season 1, I know a lot of people were upset with the whole Amon thing. I personally love Season 1 just because I thought the storytelling was very well structured because it was going to be a mini-series. So the storytelling was very structured for Season 1, but Season 3 was pretty epic with the whole Earth Kingdom. I think they fixed a lot of problems they have with Season 2. Yes, there are some lacking with the spirits. I know a lot of people were upset that they didn't go through the whole roots. Oh, why the roots happening in the in New Republic City, so a lot of people were upset with the whole spirit story, but overall I think the characters did a really great job. The airbending story was great. The Red Lotus was great. So what do I want to see with Season 4? I think for the beginning of Season 4, I want to see the struggle of Korra getting back into action. She's in a wheelchair now, so spoiler alert, that was a crazy ending. So I want to see some struggle, and I think Korra's a really interesting, has a really interesting dynamic to her, so I would also like to see some Avatar references. I know a lot of people want to see more from the Fire Nation, the characters from the Fire Nation, so I would like to see that also. But Season 4 has to be epic because this is supposedly the last book for Korra, and who knows if we'll get more Avatar stuff. So I hope it's epic enough and has really good wrap-up. All right, next question. Hunter Banks has a couple here, so I'm going to go one by one. I have 3 questions for Comic Uno. What is the best and worst movie you've seen this year? Best movie, I don't know. This is actually really hard for me. I'm going to do a video next week, topic video, for best summer movies I saw this year. But I saw some really good movies. I'm not going to, you know, say the order just because I want you guys to see the video. The best movies, I really did like Fault in Our Stars. I really enjoyed that. I liked Planet of the Apes. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was really good and unexpected how good it was. Guardians of the Galaxy, of course. So those are the 3 movies I really enjoyed this year. Just thinking of summer movies, I have to go back. I also really like Divergent. I became a Shailene Woodley fan this year, so I really like her acting. I think she's been doing a good job with her diverse roles. So that's pretty cool. Worst movie? Probably Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm trying to think of others. I don't know. Amazing Spider-Man 2 was really disappointing for me. So probably that. I have this book where I keep all my tickets, so I have the grades of all the movies I saw this year too. So that kind of helps out what I liked and disliked. I will have a top 5 movies of the summer video for the next topic video on Thursday, so be sure to check that out. So next question from Hunter Banks is, have you seen any Star Wars movies? I'm glad that you didn't I'm really glad that you didn't just say, oh, you've definitely seen all the Star Wars movies, because I haven't. There's a lot of people who are like, oh, you definitely like Star Wars. Let me ask questions about Star Wars. I've not seen all the Star Wars movies. I've only seen 2 of them. I've seen the first ever Star Wars movie and Revenge of the Sith. I remember I saw Revenge of the Sith in theaters for some reason. I was very excited for it, even though I've never seen any other Star Wars movie. I was a kid when it came out, so I think it was like around 2004 it came out, around there. I don't know. I just remember I was like in grammar school when it came out. So yeah, before episode 7 comes out, I'm gonna try watching all the movies. Of course, the main 3, because that's the most important, and hopefully the prequels also. But I hear they're not as good. But yeah, I have not seen all the Star Wars movies. But it's a goal one day. All right. Next question from Hunter Banks is, have you seen Sin City and or sequel of Sin City: A Dame to Kill For? I have not heard great things about Sin City. I heard it was good. The second one I'm talking about, the first one here is really good. I want to see it just because it looks interesting. I remember I got it at Blockbuster once, and I didn't finish the movie. I don't know why. Maybe I was like tired or something. I didn't end up finishing it. So I don't know if I would like it. Maybe it was the whole reason I didn't like it. I don't know. That was when Blockbuster was still around. So with Sin City, I'm going to try getting both. I have the first Blu-ray, just haven't opened it yet. I'll try to get the second Blu-ray. I'm not going to see it in theaters because I haven't seen the first one, and I haven't heard great reviews, and there's still other movies I want to see. So if I'm going to go to a theater, I want to go see those movies first. I heard Sin City did not do great in the box office yet, but I have to look at the numbers. But yeah, I'm going to try to watch on Blu-ray. That's pretty much the sum of it. So when the second one comes out, I'll watch both of them on Blu-ray. All right. There are a lot more questions, so let me get through them. Thank you, guys. It's really great to get all these questions. Keeps the show going on. Beyond Death Day says, hey, Comic Una, recently I've been rewatching some of the old DCUA, the DC Animated Universe shows, and I want to know if you ever want them to return to that universe for new shows or stories. Yeah, I would. Obviously, I love that universe. I grew up with it, like Static Shock, Justice League, Batman Anime Series. We could go on, but I love what Young Justice did too. So if they could do something like Young Justice or continue Young Justice, I'd be cool with that too, because that really created its own universe in only one show. So I don't think they would go back to the old DC universe just because that was like what, 10 years ago. A decade ago, and it seems like the direction they're going in is just more kiddie. That's the direction they want to go with Cartoon Network. But who knows with Netflix and these other things and what Marvel's been doing. So never say no, but that's not even a sentence, but never say never. Don't want to quote Justin Bieber, but yeah, I think one day we'll get it, just with the whole nostalgia thing we've been doing. But yeah, I would love to see it. I just don't know if it's possible at the moment. All right, next question. Red Wolf 316. Have you ever read any of the Moon Knight comics? I read the first issue of the Marvel Now stuff. Other than that, I really never read much from Moon Knight. It's not a character I've been interested in. Didn't really like the first issue of Marvel Now. I just dropped it from there. So never a character I was interested in. All right, next question is from Nathan Banks. What do you think about the DC multi-universe when it comes to different heroes like Aquawoman? It's interesting. You know, I read Multiversity this week. Didn't really like it, but I read stuff like that. But it's cool. I love her, too. I think it's one of the best comics out there right now. So it's really cool to see those things. And with comics, we all know there's different universes, like the Ultimate Universe, this universe, that universe. So it's knowledge we have reading comics that there's going to be more in one universe. So I like it. All right, next question is, do you think Emily Blunt would make a good Spider-Woman? Let's see. I have to look at a picture of her. I don't know. I mean, I think she looks the part, but I don't know. Good question. I haven't seen much with Emily Blunt, so I can't tell you. All right, next question is from Tevia. What's your opinion on the MCU universe? And will Marvel finally let? Well, what is my opinion? I mean, Spider-Girl is my favorite character, so I love the MCU universe. But going on, and will Marvel finally let Mayday have her own series after Spider-Verse? Just wondering. Also, with Spider-Verse coming out this year, will we also get a Spider-Man Noir series as well as the Death of Spider-Man? Just wondering. Yeah, we have answered this question before on Comic Frontline, but I'll shortly answer it. Just I love answering about Spider-Girl. I don't know about Spider-Girl. I think it depends how Spider-Verse goes. I hear that not great things are going to happen to May, so I don't know if we'll be happy what happens. But obviously, I would love a Spider-Girl series just because she's my favorite character. I always try to get people to read the series because I think she has awesome series. I've been reviewing every issue on Comic Frontline, so I try to advocate the series, and hopefully people try Spider-Girl because they see how much I love the character. But with Spider-Verse, I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, we have the Spider-Woman series. I know Spider-Man Noir is gonna at least have an issue of something. So maybe we'll get new titles. I don't know. I'm personally not a Spider-Man Noir fan, so I wouldn't care if they had a series for him. But I know people are, and I would love a May series. And I think Marvel's been doing pretty good with their female titles. So only time will tell. All right, next question. Link to 195. Big fan of Smallville TV show. Haven't read the comics yet. Is the comic just as good? Yeah, hell yeah. The beginning of the Smallville comics, like, yeah, I'm getting Smallville because I liked the series. But now it's just really epic, and they know what. Brian Q. Miller is such a great writer. He wrote Stephanie Brown Batgirl also, and he's written other great things. But he's been doing a great job with Smallville, especially recently. A lot of times is my pick of the week. So even if you're not a Smallville fan, I recommend that title. So definitely read Smallville, the comic book. All right, next is from Reveal Patton. Claire, if Marvel does gain the rights back to Spider-Man, what would you like to see as story-wise and villain-wise? Story-wise, I think with the original Spider-Man, they did a great job of converting the comic into the movies. Of course, they got some things different, like Mary Jane being in high school with Spider-Man. I would like them to go a little bit more direct to the comics. Maybe skip the Gwen Stacy thing, just because we had that with Sony. I don't think we need the Gwen Stacy thing, or maybe get a better depiction of Gwen. Not saying it's Emma Stone's fault, but the scripting wasn't great for Gwen. So maybe like first movie Gwen, second movie Mary Jane, because we gotta talk about interest if you're talking about a movie with superheroes. But to have a villain, Green Goblin, of course, I would love to see Norman Osborn. But again, they did that so perfectly in the first Spider-Man films. I don't know. Trying to think about maybe Venom correctly and Carnage correctly would be really cool. Again, if Marvel Studios did all this, because that'd be really interesting too, especially since they're in the cosmic world already with Guardians of the Galaxy. So it'd be cool to see what the Marvel cinematic universe would do with that, and see how they would connect the cinematic universe to what we already know with Spider-Man. So yeah, more faithful to the comics. That'll be the best thing to say. That's what I would like to see. All right, next one is from Kevin James. Why did Marvel decide to kill S.H.I.E.L.D.? They didn't. The show's still there. Yeah, they didn't kill S.H.I.E.L.D. unless they're, I don't know. They're going to also have a S.H.I.E.L.D. comic book, so I don't know what you mean by kill S.H.I.E.L.D. They did not. Oh yeah, they did. Sorry, Winter Soldier. You mean kill the whole thing in general. I thought you meant the show. It was just part of Winter Soldier. They had to do it. It made a political drama or a political thriller by doing the whole S.H.I.E.L.D. thing. It's not that they kill S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. is just kind of has to have a beginning again. That's why I was a little confused by your question, because S.H.I.E.L.D.'s not dead. It's just restarting now. It's definitely grown smaller, but it's definitely restarting now. So that's why the show's still here. And wouldn't it be interesting if everything's happy, So they have to build back from the beginning. Ooh, a lot more questions here. All right. Next question is Tevia. What's your opinion on Sin City? I did talk about this already, so I'm going to skip that question. He said, seeing it tonight, and I thought it was meh. Not bad, but not as good as the first film. A lot of people have been saying that. I've not seen the first film, but I've already talked about that. Kevin James, why ain't you watching the VMAs? talked about this in the beginning of the show. I will watch the VMAs just after this Q&A. This is the only time I had left to do the Q&A for tonight and for the summer, so that's why I did it. Don't you want to see me? No, I'm just joking. I do have the VMAs tape, so I will we'll watch it after this. Harry Bean, do you think Absorbing Man will be cool on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Yeah, I really like the casting for Absorbing Man. The guy who's a villain on Teen Wolf is going to play Absorbing Man. I think he looks interesting. He looks the part. I don't know much about Absorbing Man comic book-wise, so it'll be pretty interesting to see what they do on S.H.I.E.L.D. So I think this season will be a lot better than Season 1, hopefully. All right, next is Link to 195. Are you a fan of Anti-Monitor? Do you think he'll show up anytime soon again? Don't really know much about Anti-Monitor. I know who he is, but no opinion on it. All right. Next question is from Scotty Showman. Let's talk some summertime. What will you take away from the summer comic book-wise and in general, and what do you wish you could have done in the summer that you didn't? Congrats on all the views. What did I take away from summer comic books? Yeah, I don't know. I really don't depict the comic books by season. I depict it by year. So there's some interesting stuff this summer. You know, it was some good reads. So I don't know. I didn't really think about it. So yeah, it was pretty good comics. But I'm excited to see what the year of big events have, especially with Spider-Verse and everything coming out in the fall. And what do you wish you could have done this summer? I don't know. I had a good summer, so nothing that I wish I could have done. Nothing there. All right. Next question is from Beyond Death Day. Do you think DC and Marvel will ever do any more crossover stories like Superman vs. the Amazing Spider-Man, Uncanny X-Men, and the new Teen Titans? All right, so I gotta read this again. So anyways, crossover stuff. No, it's different age now. I don't think they'll be doing it, especially with the movie competition. And this is definitely a topic that comes up a lot. So, all right, next is from Red Wolf 316. What are 3 comic book superheroes you would love to see have their own movie? This is a question I get a lot. Spider-Girl, of course. Who wouldn't want? Well, I would like to see that. Captain Marvel, I really want to see Miss Marvel have a movie. I think she could be a really cool female hero to be on the big screen. I like to see Miss Marvel. Who else would I like to see? I don't know. DC-wise, I would love to see a Wonder Woman movie. Come on, let's get a Wonder Woman movie. Stephanie Brown would be really cool if we got, like, oh, you know, not Stephanie Brown. I'm going to go with Barbara Gordon because she's, like, the first Batgirl. So I'm going to go with the Barbara Gordon movie. That would be really cool. Birds of Prey, which would never happen after the TV show, but who knows? These are the things that are coming up at the top of my head. But those are some, I think, more female movies, definitely. All right. Next question. Ethan Banks, would you like to see Young Avengers animated in live action, whether it's a small or big screen? I did answer this previously, so I'll go quickly. I talked about this with someone mentioned if you want to see a Young Avengers movie. I would like to see a small screen Young Avengers ABC Family. If you want more information on that, go back a little. All right, next is Jeremy Bickham. How do you feel about The Rock playing Shazam or Black Adam? I think that's really cool. I think the Rock could really surprise us. I don't want him to really play Shazam. I don't think he looks the part, but I would love to see him play Black Adam because I think he totally looks the part for Black Adam. So that would be great casting. So I would love to see him as Black Adam. Now let's see if we got any more questions here. Let's see. Nothing yet, so keep going. I actually answered all of those, so keep going with the questions. I need a sip of water. Sometimes it's hard to talk these podcasts for like 2 hours. It's very hard on the throat. So I always have some water on the side of me. But yeah, some really cool questions coming in already, guys. I'm gonna say again, if there's any repeated questions, sorry, I went quick through them. It's just I don't want to really repeat answers for people who have been watching the show throughout the whole time. Thank you guys for watching and skipping the VMAs for now. But again, I will be watching the VMAs. Don't worry. I'm going to be watching the Emmys tomorrow. That's going to be really fun as a television reviewer and television fan. I'm excited to see what Seth Meyers does with the Emmys. And we're going to have a Media Madness on Tuesday to replace the Frontline Live time slot, just because we're skipping a week, just for everyone to recuperate. We're going to have a Media Madness that time to talk about the Emmys. We don't have any guests yet, so if you have any ideas for guests, definitely would love to hear them. But if not, it's just going to be me and Jay, and it'll be a chill show. Because I think I haven't decided what we're going to do, and me and Jay haven't decided what we're going to do for the show after that. But I know we're going to have some Teen Wolf show going on soon. Also, this coming Friday, I'm going to be on a Legend of Korra live show with Jeremy talking about the season, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So those are just some things coming up. Let's see if we got any more questions now. Yes, we do. I'm going to reload it just in case. Yes. Okay. Here in Nerdum, who do you think will play Doctor Strange in the MCU movies? You know, there's been a lot of different rumors for that. I hear Joaquin Phoenix. I heard Johnny Depp. I really kind of like the idea of Johnny Depp just because he has that strangeness to him, and that's like no pun included. I know, Doctor Strange, but I would really like to see Johnny Depp. I don't know, but I have a feeling they're going to pick someone else. Joaquin Phoenix, he's a very good actor, so I think he could play Doctor Strange also. So the rumors have been pretty good, and I trust Marvel with their casting. They're pretty good with their casting. So, I don't know, though. Be interesting. I'm going with Johnny Depp first. I remember I got excited with that casting. Even though I'm not a big Johnny Depp fan, it would be interesting to see what he does with the character. Monochrome says, is she live right now? Yes, I am. Yes, this is all live, so you can ask questions, and I'll get to those. I think I'm live, right? Yeah, there's something going wrong. Yeah, why is it saying please stand by? Supposedly live, guys. It's very weird. Sorry, I'm pausing for the guys who are watching. Thank you for bringing this up. I'm going to try another browser and see what happens. I don't know why it's saying that. Let's see. Gonna hear some feedback. Yeah, looks like I'm live. Oh, something happened before that. I was like, please stand by. So please tell me in comments below if you're having any problems with being live or not. But it's good on my end right now. All right, let's get to more questions. All right, I'm going to cancel all this. Sorry for the tech issues. All right, next question is the Batzaro. Hey, Claire, just joined. How's your summer been? It's been pretty good. I had a really relaxing summer. It's good, you know, going back to the old grind is going to be a lot of fun, but a lot of be really tiring, so we'll see where that goes. But, yeah, had a lot of fun this summer. Really relaxing. All right, next is from Jeremy Bickham. Are you going to be reviewing any new TV shows for the winter? For the winter, okay, or talking fall. Winter, let's talk about, because I did talk about the fall shows, so, and also have an update video about that. So check out the update video this week. If you want a little sneak peek, you can go check out a little bit before this video and see what I'm reviewing. But update video, that'll be where all the shows are announced. But winter shows, I don't know, whatever. I would like to review Pretty Little Liars just because I just finished that. I don't know, maybe I'll review the last episode if you guys want me to. I'm really enjoying that show. Teen Wolf, when that comes back on the winter. I don't know. I feel like shows come to me when the time comes, you know. Chasing Life was really good, but no one watched the review, so I just didn't review it. Because a lot of my fans didn't watch Chasing Life, but I really like that show. But yeah, you know, shows come and go, and I figure it out as time goes on. All right, let's move on to the next question. Okay, let's see. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I don't know why in Firefox it's saying please stand by. I am live. I'm gonna switch. Hold on. I'm gonna switch to Google Chrome. It's working there. right? Should be working there. Yeah, it's working on Google Chrome. On Firefox, for some reason, it's not working. We got some. Here's one that went in the spam for some reason. I've already sent. This is from Abel Oko. Oh, I've already sent this question on your Facebook, and no, it's not about Spider-Man. What's your thoughts about the Woods from Boom Comics? I'm pretty sure I answered that question, but if I didn't, I'm sorry. Usually, I'm really on top of things with answering questions on Facebook. But I read the first issue. It was okay. It didn't really catch my interest. I know James Tynion IV is writing it, who's writing Batman Eternal right now. But yeah, it's an okay series, The Woods, but just didn't catch my interest from the first issue. All right, let's go to the next question. All right, let's see. It's kind of. I saw someone answer. Like sometimes you guys comment on other comments, so I'm trying to go down just to make sure I didn't miss any questions. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next one, which is question. This is from Harry Bean. Will you give some Multiversity one-shots a try, or just skip them? I want them since I enjoyed Multiversity. I did not like Multiversity. I'm not a big Grant Morrison fan, so I didn't even know there was one-shots coming out. What one-shots are coming out? Maybe they're intriguing. I'll get them, but tell me the one-shots and maybe I'll pick it up. I don't know if I'm even going to continue Multiversity. That'll be a decision when the second issue comes out. Okay, next question is Tevia. Would you like a Spider-Girl, aka Cross with This Side? Definitely answered before. So, Batman Beyond series, and also, can I join you with Media Madness, please? Just wondering. Mayday Parker and Batman Beyond. We've answered this question before, Tevia, but I'll go again. I don't really like Batman Beyond, but whatever gives us a new Spider-Girl story, I would love it, but it wouldn't happen. But anything can give us a new Spider-Girl story. So anything with Spider-Girl I'll read, but I'm never like, oh my god, Batman Beyond and Spider-Girl should definitely cross over. Never really think about it. For the Media Madness, I don't know, guests are already, planned out. We do have an idea for some fan stuff going on to join the show, so we'll see. I gotta talk about it with Jay, so I don't know about the whole fan thing yet, but we're discussing something to do with the fans for Media Madness. Alright, let's see. Alright. Next one is... Sorry, I jumped the question, so I have to go back. Alright, next question is from Beyond Death Day. What are your top 5 favorite couples from Marvel and DC in no particular order? My personal favorite will always be Harley Quinn and Joker. I've actually done a topic video on this a while back, so I'm pretty sure I did a topic video on this. If I didn't, tell me to do a topic video on it. But I love Mary Jane Spider-Man, #1 favorite couple, definitely. Who else do I like? I do like Iris and Barry Allen. I think they're a cool couple. Sue and Mr. Fantastic's really cool just because they're the first family of Fantastic Four. This is not my top 5. I'm just naming favorite couples. Who else do I like? Barbara Gordon, Dick Grayson's really cool couple. I like Stephanie and Tim Drake is really cool. I'm trying to think of others. Yeah, if I really had time to think about it. Also, the Joker and Harley Quinn's a really interesting relationship. Alright, next question is Monochrome. So what do you guys think about Miles Morales going to the all-new X-Men? I'm actually really excited because it's the opposite around. All-new X-Men is going into the Ultimate Universe, and I'm super excited for that just because I want to, as a humongous Kitty Pryde fan, I want to see Kitty go into the Ultimate Universe and meet her ultimate self. So I'm really excited for this story arc, and I hope it's done well because, Brian Michael Bendis with time travel usually isn't great. So, alright. Yeah, I would say isn't great, but because I do like it. It's just, I like his writing, but it wasn't the best story arc with the whole Battle of the Atom. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. I'm stoked. It's one of my most anticipated story arcs for the fall. Alright. Next is Red Wolf. What are your thoughts on Ant-Man movie coming out next year? Yeah, there's been a lot of problems with Ant-Man. We all know that. So I don't know. I was very excited for it at first because I thought it had potential with the Wasp having her origin and also Ant-Man having his origin at the same time. I thought it would be interesting, like, not crossover, but having two heroes' origins in the same movie would be really cool. But they're not doing that because it's Scott Lang. But I would love to see what they do with Casey Lang and then bring Young Avengers somehow in it. I would love to see that. But yeah, I am skeptical about it. I'm not excited, but I'm just open-minded about it. That's the best way to put it. So we'll see. I'm semi-excited for it just because of all the news that's been coming out of it. I just don't know. Maybe this is a Marvel failure. Maybe this won't be. Maybe also we haven't had an origin story in a really long time for Marvel, so it'll be interesting just to see that. Now, I'm a sucker for origin stories. Nathan Banks, what is your favorite moment of the summer for you? I went to Disneyland for the first time, so that in LA, so that was really fun. So that was one of my favorite moments, to just spend time with family. So that was a pretty fun moment this summer. But there's plenty. I had a good summer this year. All right, next is some Super Nerdum. Do you think Vin Diesel will play Black Bolt? I don't know. I mean, like, Vin Diesel did a great job as Groot in Guardians, and it's definitely possible for Vin Diesel to do another Marvel character. Not really too familiar with Inhumans, so I don't know. I don't know much about Black Bolt, but it'd be cool to see Vin Diesel play another Marvel hero. All right, next. I've answered this too, Tevia. Tevia, try to, access different questions. If we've answered it on Comic Frontline, try to access different ones. But I'll go shortly with this one. What is your opinion on Dredd? Why can't we get a sequel to Dredd? Damn it, I want a Dredd sequel. I've never seen either Dredd, so I have no opinion on it. All right, next question is from Cheshire. What's your opinion in the whole Spider-Man? Also, are you going to read the series, considering it is Dennis Hopeless? My opinion, that cover was horrible. Like, her butt was all in the sky. It was a horrible cover. I know people are, like, trying to downplay it, but I don't think it was a good cover at all. And I know there's, like, other covers where Spider-Man's done it also, but no, that's just, it's ridiculous. I'm not an advocate at all for it, and I don't think, I've seen people that are advocates for it. It's weird, so no at all to that cover. Am I gonna read Spider-Woman? Yeah, I really do like Dennis Hopeless's writing. He did a good job with Avengers Undercover. I'm not a big fan of Dennis's Land's artwork. That's gonna be maybe a make it or break it for the series, but I will definitely give the first issue a try. It's cool to see Jessica Drew written by someone else besides Brian Michael Bendis, even though I really do like Bendis' writing. It's just kind of interesting, again, new voice. Spider-Woman just recently started coming back to the modern age, so it'll be cool to get to see Jessica Drew have some spotlight, because she hasn't had spotlight in a while. So, next question is, have you heard of RWBY? I don't think so. I'm going to look it up. No. It's an American animated web series. No, I've never heard of it. All right, next question is, do you think Young Justice will ever come on TV with Season 3? And this is Mohammed Ibrahim. I don't think I pronounced that right. I get this question a lot. Just because, I was definitely a big advocate of Young Justice. And, yeah, do I think he'll get a Season 3? Maybe. You never know. With a lot of Greg Weisman's shows, he did not get he never really done another sequel series, and he's never revealed what's going to happen next with his stories, because he's always wanted to continue them, like Gargoyles, all these different things. Spectacular Spider-Man, Young Justice, the same. I would love to see someone with Season 3. I don't know if it's possible with what they're doing with Cartoon Network, and maybe a comic book one day. You never know, but I don't think it's going to happen now. But I would love to happen, because it's one of my favorite TV shows, so you never know. All right, let's get into more questions. All right, let's see. So we have a lot more questions here. All right, I'm just checking if, like, all the tech stuff is going on. It's, like, going slow on my end. All right. Next question. from The Real Heel. In your opinion, what are some of the worst Disney Channel original movies you've seen? Probably the recent ones. I don't know. I've never really seen a lot of them, but I'm sure I've seen some of the commercials for the recent ones. Like I had to see a commercial for the one from Lab Rats and Ant Farm. Can't think of the name, but it was very much like Pixel Perfect. Yeah, did not look good. I had to see a few minutes before I saw Girl Meets World to review, but damn, that was bad. And I remember there was a chicken movie with Mitchell Musso that was really bad. That again, I did not see the whole thing because it just looked bad. Yeah, there's a lot of horrible Disney Channel original movies, but there's a lot of like cute, nostalgic ones too. Can't even think of any recent Disney Channel original movie I was even interested in, but Teen Beach Movie looked really stupid. I don't know. There's a lot of them. That's a good question, though. I've never gotten that. All right. Definitely keep going on with those Disney questions. Love them. All right. Beyond Death Day, Joss Whedon, Christopher Nolan, and Zack Snyder all sit down in a room to discuss a JLA Avengers short made for a charity event. What would you want the plot to be? I don't know. I would like it to be a little comedic, kind of like what How It Should Have Ended does a lot. If it has to be a short, I would really like to see a comedic version. Like Christopher Nolan do his dark thing, Whedon do his comedic kind of Buffy thing. Who else did you mention? I think you mentioned Zack Snyder do his thing, his dark version, because he kind of has like the same style as Nolan, but doesn't do it as well. So yeah, I mean, I would actually like to see comedic. I would like to see that. I don't think those directors would go that direction besides Whedon. But yeah, make it comedic. All right, next question. Abel Oka. You said my last name wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, then how do you pronounce it? Okoa? Okoa. Abel Okoa. But it's cool. Here's another question. What do you think about the Hulk being smart with Extremis in the brain now? What's your thoughts about the Death of Wolverine coming out next week? What do I think about the Hulk being smart? I'm not reading Hulk right now. I always try to read Hulk, but he's just not a character I can get into. I do like She-Hulk. I'm a really advocate for She-Hulk. And Red She-Hulk, I don't think we've actually gotten enough story with Red She-Hulk, especially interaction between Betty and Bruce. I just don't think we've seen it. So that'd be pretty cool. We got to see them interact. But yeah, the other question was about Death of Wolverine. I'll be picking up. I think it's actually a really good idea to kill off Wolverine for a little while. And I feel like he's very out of character recently. He's friends with everybody, and I think he really needs to get back to those roots. You know he's going to come back. He's Wolverine. But it'd be really cool to just kind of get a break from Wolverine and see how people react to it. So I'm cool with it. Most times when deaths happen, I'm like, oh, they're just doing it for publicity. I actually think Wolverine needs a break. So I'm cool with it. All right, Red Wolf, if superpowers are real, what would your superpower be? I think I get that question every Q&A too. Even though I'm afraid of heights, I'll go with flying. I think it's cool, and you don't really have to like be a superhero to do that. But get places quicker. I think it's just an interesting power that you don't really have to use like fight anybody. You just fly in the air. It's pretty cool, and I don't think I'd be afraid of heights anymore if I could fly. So flying, definitely. Alright, next question is from Superior Nerdum. Me again, sorry for all the damn questions. No, it's great that you're asking all these questions. Keep asking questions, guys. Next question is, but do you think they'll actually make a Black Widow movie? I don't know. I mean, she's been the kind of the star of a lot of movies. Iron Man 2 is her first. Avengers, she wasn't really the star, but I think debatably she was the star of Winter Soldier. But yeah, she deserves her own. I'm not like a big Black Widow fan. I don't know if she could hold her own movie. I wouldn't want to see her as the first female, Marvel movie, just because I don't know if she could hold her own movie. I think she's a really good supporting character. I think that's why they're waiting so much. Scarlett Johansson's awesome. But I just don't know if Black Widow can hold her own movie. I don't know, maybe. I would like to see it, but again, I would like to hear like Captain Marvel get announced before Black Widow. I know it's so strange because I know a lot of people are like the reverse for that. All right, next question. From Fafadum. Do you watch American Horror Story? I want to. I hear great things about it. I have the first Blu-ray because I got it at the Black Friday Amazon sale, and I got it for a really good price. But I've not watched American Horror Story. I really should. I should open up that Blu-ray and watch it. I heard really good things about it. So one of these days, I'm sure I will. I'm not an advocate not to watch it. Here's another question from Tevia. All right, question is Frank Miller writing, because in my opinion, I think Frank Miller, don't get me wrong, he wrote good stuff mostly. So do I like Frank Miller? I talked about this in the beginning of the show a little bit. Don't really care about Frank Miller's writing that much, so I haven't read much of his writing, so can't really say much. All right, next is from Tavio. What's your opinion of Ultimate 6, which takes place before Ultimatium, and also Ultimate Spider-Man story that is Ultimate Peter Parker? Just wondering. I did not read Ultimate 6, at least I don't remember reading it. But yeah, Ultimate Peter Parker's, the original Ultimate Spider-Man series is great. I love all the Ultimate Spider-Man series in general. So yeah, I love Ultimate Spider-Man. It's where I actually not first saw Kitty Pryde, but I remember that's how I got in the Ultimate Universe was because of Kitty Pryde. So then I got back issues of Ultimate Spider-Man. So that was an interesting story. All right. Next question is from Fafadum. If you could choose any character from the original Heroes to appear in the new reboot, who would you choose? All the characters, that'd be great. I'd love to see all the characters. But if I had to choose, Claire Bennett is my favorite character, as you can tell from my name, Hayden Claire Heroes. If a lot of people don't know why I have that name, if you're a Heroes fan, you probably do know. Yeah, I was a big Claire fan. Also, if you just see my wall, I'm a big Claire fan. And that was like, I loved Claire's character. And I think she's kind of the most reasonable to get also, not because, you know, Hayden Panettiere is probably not the most reasonable to get just because she's pregnant, A, and then B, she has another show. But character-wise, be most reasonable because she's the one who revealed about powers. So and also HRG's been confirmed for the series. So I would love to see Claire. But also Hero, Peter, Sylar, the list goes on. Ali Larter's, I like Ali Larter as an actress. For characters, they could go. Yeah, I would love to see all of them, but Claire is definitely number one. And HRG is already confirmed, so. Alright, this is rapid fire questions from Scotty Showman. Just say the first thing that comes to mind. Ready, go. High school show. Favorite high school show. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is not my favorite, but the first thing that comes to mind when I think high school show is Degrassi. I did watch a good amount of Degrassi episodes. I don't watch it anymore. But there were some good episodes in there. I'm not saying it's a good show, but it was a good guilty pleasure. That was the first thing that came to mind. Cool Nintendo character. Samus. He's pretty cool. Cool Spider-Man villain. Green Goblin. Always a Green Goblin fan. Jennifer Lawrence. Love her. One of my favorite actresses. Jesse Eisenberg. Hate him. But I did like him in the movie Curse. This is fun, the rapid. Good Disney show. On now? Alright, the first Disney show I think about is like Lizzie McGuire. You know it's not good. That's So Raven. Kim Possible. Those are good ones. Crappy Disney show. Anything, a Dog with a Blog. I don't know, I've never seen it, but like any show that's on now. Salty or sweet? Salty. I don't really like dessert. Batman or Superman? Batman. Little Mermaid, Aquaman, Little Mermaid, definitely. Alright, next is from Abel Okobo. I'm sorry, I keep butchering your last name. Have you read any Inhuman issues? If so, what do you think? I did read the first issue. I liked it. I was going to pick up more, but it got delayed. So it got delayed so much that I lost my interest. So I'm not reading it right now. Let me see how much time we have. Cool, we still have a lot. Alright, Superior Nerdum. What do you think will happen at the end of the Original Sin event? I don't know. Like, I don't love Original Sin. I know a lot of people have been loving it, but I think Nick Fury's gonna die. That's my guess. Alright, next. What's a few DC characters you like to see join the Arrow Flash universe? Stephanie Brown. Hell yeah, because I could picture, like, Thea, Stephanie Brown having, like, this friendship. There's a story there. I've already thought about it. I think that'd be awesome. Just them talking about their daddy issues. So Stephanie Brown would be #1. Who else would I like to see? I would like to see Green Lantern. Like, if that's possible, I would really like to see Green Lantern of a TV universe. Who else would I like to see? Wildcat, of course, and he's going to be in it already. Flash-wise, Jesse Quick would be really cool. I would like to see Jesse Quick and, like, some JSA characters, because they're, like, starting to get some JSA characters, so those are some characters I would like to see. Keep at it with the Arrow questions. I need to talk some Arrow. All right, let's see. All right, well, we got to get some more questions, so I'm gonna reboot. So keep asking those. You're just gonna hear some feedback, okay? Keep asking those questions, definitely. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, right now I'm all caught up, so ask some more questions. Kind of want to get a glass of water, but I can't leave you guys. Still have a little left. I don't know, my throat kills me when I do these shows sometimes. Yeah, so axe away, Disney TV shows stuff. Get some TV show stuff too. That'd be interesting. And comic book stuff. You know, I love my comic books. Ask whatever you want. I'm here until an hour. So I want to make it a 2-hour show because it's the end of summer. Let's go out with a bang. That's my plan. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these Q&As. Seems like you guys do, so I like doing them. I remember I used to do. I probably will do this during the year because I don't think I'll have time to do a live show Q&A anytime soon, unless I get those 6,000 subscribers quick. Then I'll do another live show Q&A, which really, I already have like a good amount from that last Q&A. So thank you guys for subscribing. But yeah, getting back to it, I used to do the Q&As where I did like ask any question and then I make like a 30-minute video. Those are fun too. But I think these are easier. I do like these a little bit better than the other one because I'm making it like a 30-minute video and then like uploading all of it. What do you guys like better, the live show version or the other Q&A version? Yeah, so there's a lot of comics coming out next week. That's something we could talk about as I wait for more questions. There's a lot of comics coming out. A lot of indie books I'm getting, so look forward to that. No, not a lot of big books, just a lot of books in general, which is a great way to get out for the summer. Check out my pull list article I put up today, where I talked about all the books I'm getting. I'm like 18, so it's going to be a lot. A lot to read in one day. All right, let's see if we got any more questions. And we do. All right. Yeah, keep going with those questions. Yeah, we have a lot. Question from Tevia. I love how I just said your name. What is your opinion of Ultimate X-Men series? I have answered this before. Also, will Marvel just pull the plug of Ultimate Universe because it seems to me that Ultimate Universe keeps sucking after what we talked about the Jeff Loeb stuff. Yeah, definitely shorter. You know, ask these questions again in more than one post because it's hard to read these paragraphs. I'll answer you. The Ultimate X-Men pre-Ultimatum, yeah, it was a cool series. I liked it. And do I think Ultimate Universe will last? Yeah, I think Ultimate Spider-Man's doing pretty well. I think Cataclysm would have killed it if they wanted to pull the plug on it, so I don't think they're going to pull the plug. It's been years, so. Alright, but the other questions definitely just put another post. Alright, next question is from Superior Nerdum. Get the water. We can wait. Thank you. I actually might. I might get some water. Do you play Telltale's The Walking Dead game? I do not. I do not play The Walking Dead game. As you know, I do watch the show. So I just don't have time to play video games as much as I want to. But when Super Smash Bros. Comes out, just saying, that's going to be crazy. Doing something for it. Because I play Super Smash Bros. Every week. I've talked about this before. Love Super Smash Bros. And Call of Duty. So those are two games that I religiously play. Call of Duty, it's like a therapeutic. I love just playing Call of Duty. I don't know why. Even if I don't even like hit Prestige or anything. I just love playing that game on live. So those are two games I really play. Yeah, other games I just don't really have a lot of time to play. So yeah, I heard really good things about the Walking Dead game. Alright guys, I'm going to be back in like 2 seconds. I promise. I just need to get some water. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Alright? 2 seconds. Get those questions ready. I'll be back. All right, back, guys. I told you it'd be 2 seconds. I'm sorry I left the show. I feel so guilty. All right, let's get back to the questions. All right. Harry Bean, when will November solicits be covered? Next live show, so we're not even going to cover it too much just because there's a lot of news that came out. It takes a lot of time from the show. So we'll cover it, though. We'll cover some bits and pieces from November solicits next live show. So not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. I know it's taken a while, just trying to get used to some. We had the Zenoscope stuff, then we took the week break, so we'll get to it. We'll get to the solicits, don't worry. But if you have any questions, Harry Bean, on like a specific thing on the solicits, I can answer here. So you can ask a question. I'm sorry, I'm like out of breath now. Let's see if you guys like. Right, good. All right. All right, next question. Red Wolf, who is the most underrated villain in DC? Underrated villain. Captain Cold. Let's go with that. All right, next question. Jeremy Bickham, Girl Meets World, what's your overall feeling, and will you review season 2? Overall feeling, you know, I review the show as a Disney Channel show. I do think it has a lot of Disney Channel elements, and I'll give, you know, Girl Meets World an episode 3.5. Doesn't mean it's a 3.5 in television. Like, I have to review as a Girl Meets World show. I review it as what we've done previously from the show. But overall, I'm sticking through it, but I don't love it. I don't love the show. It just seems like you guys have been enjoying the review, so I try to review it and try to see the positive in the show. But it's not a great show. But I'm gonna review it as long as possible because I see you guys are really enjoying the reviews, and I still want to watch it and see where it goes. It's a show that I'm really skeptical to see, like, you know, some cameos, what they reference. So I would still be watching it anyways. So I'm gonna review it. But yeah, I'll definitely review season 2, and I think it's coming back like really soon, so I'll be reviewing it. All right, next question is Monochrome. In your opinion, who is the most intimidating comic book female character? Like, when you look at her, you think to yourself, I don't want to mess with her. Oh, that's a good question. Elektra, kind of, just because she's like, if you read her series, she's pretty much, hey, I could kill you. Mystique also. Wonder Woman, yeah. Those are 3 characters, like, yeah, I don't want to mess with you guys. Alright, next question. I was hoping I can join guys for a hangout someday, if possible, please. That was from Tevia. Again, I did answer this already, Tevia, so we might have something to do with the fans soon on Media Madness. Keep posted for that. Nathan Banks. Nathan Banks, were you ever a fan of Baywatch or even watched it? Baywatch was the bomb. No, a little bit before my time. I've never seen Baywatch. Safadum, have you accepted any more movie extra jobs recently? I have not. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work, but I had a really fun time doing The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and yeah, maybe in the future I'll do it. I'll have to see. Never say never. Definitely want to do in the future. I don't think Luke would, though. Just saying, I don't think Luke would do another extra thing, so I have to see. Gotta find other people to do it with me. Heel, what do you think of After Raven? Cool show. You know, I really loved how much diversity was in the show. I think Raven-Symoné did a great job with it, and it was definitely one of Disney's best Disney Channel shows. Loved it. It was great. Next is Beyond Death Day. How would you feel if Disney bought out Time Warner and put Marvel and DC under the same roof, ignoring the problems with it becoming a monopoly? Just like you said, I don't like that it'd be lack of competition. I wouldn't want to see it, honestly. I mean, as a fangirl, I would love to see it just because they'll be able to do stuff together and it'll be like this epic thing, and I love Disney, so I would love Disney to own it. But realistically, no competition. It would really kill the comic book industry. So as a comic book fan, I would say no. Oh, wow. Okay. A lot of questions, which is great. I love that you're asking us a lot of questions. Keep going. Us. I'm only one here. Yeah, keep going with those questions. Okay. She's gone. Yes, I was only gone for a second. Told you guys I was back. Um, Reveal Patton says, Kat, do you think there will be an Iron Man 4 with Robert Downey Jr.? I feel like there will be. He keeps saying that, yeah, oh yeah, we'll do Iron Man 4. Nah, we're not doing Iron Man 4. I personally think there will be. I liked Iron Man 3, and I also disliked Iron Man 3. There's some story elements I didn't like, but then there's some story elements I really did like about Iron Man 3. I think sometimes they're better than Iron Man 2. So Iron Man 1 is one of my favorite Marvel movies ever. So I would love to see Iron Man 4. Iron Man is just definitely one of my favorites of like this modern Marvel Studios movies. One of my favorite characters right now for the cinematic universe. I would love to see a fourth one, but it has to be a good script. Because the third one wasn't that good, so it would have to be a good script. All right. Next question. Fafadem, did you ever watch Veronica Mars? Yeah, I did. Want to see Veronica Mars right there. I think I had a Veronica Mars there. Hold on, I have another Veronica Mars sticker somewhere. I say Veronica Mars. I have watched Veronica Mars, and I did support the Kickstarter. It's a great show. I love it. Love Veronica Mars. We also did a commentary on the Veronica Mars movie on Comic Frontline. You could go check that out. And maybe we'll do more Veronica Mars stuff. Me and Jay love talking about Veronica Mars, and we did it with Brant also, the commentary, and I think we did it with John, DC and Marvel guy. So definitely check that out. All right, next question. All right. Superior Nerdum, do you think Kang the Conqueror will ever appear in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Never say never. I mean, if I could put a title on this Q&A, that's what it would be. Yeah, I mean, if they actually did the Young Avengers stuff, I feel like that would be a really cool connection to Kang. But I'm sure we'll see Kang in the future. Jeremy, who is your favorite Super Smash Bros. Character? I always pick Link. I pick Ike. I love Ike. Ike's awesome. He's my favorite character. For the regular Super Smash Bros., I don't remember who I picked. Melee, I was a big Marth fan, and Ike for Brawl. I don't know who's going to be my favorite in the new one, in the Wii U version. I hope it's Ike, because I love Ike. He's like my ultimate favorite. Ike. Alright, next. Superior Nerdum says he had to go. Well, I hope you watch the show after it's over, but thank you for sticking around. Alright. Abel Okoa. I'm sorry, I keep butchering that last name. Alright, just don't say my last name. Thank you. That is a good way. Okay, I'll do that. Abel. And Inhuman is pretty good comic. They put a hold on it for a month or two. I don't really remember, but you should pick it up once you should pick it up. One more question. What do you think about Falcon as a new Captain America? I think it's cool. You know, I'm not a big Captain America fan, but I'll try the series. I think it's a cool change. But yeah. Monochrome. Do you read or heard of about sex criminals? You should try it out. It may sound kinky, but it's really not, and way fun. I think I read the first issue of Sex Criminals, and it was pretty cool. I just didn't pick up the rest, but yeah, I've heard really good things about it. I think Matt Fraction writes it. Pretty sure. Real Heal. How many seasons do you see Girl Meets World lasting? That's actually a really easy answer. If it's Disney, 4 seasons. They don't like going over 4 seasons. We've actually talked about this on Media Madness. They want their syndication, since it's a comedy, I'm pretty sure, or a cable show, I don't know how the rules go. I know for a regular show, primetime, drama, and even, I think, comedy for primetime, it has to be 100 episodes, and then you'll get syndication, and that means you get lots of money. For Disney, I guess it's 4 seasons, and they get lots of money. So they like their 4 seasons, and then cancel, and then have a new show. With Girl Meets World, yeah, they'll probably go the same route. 4 seasons. If they don't, I'll be really surprised. Let's see if we got any more questions here. We got about half an hour, guys, so keep going with those questions. I think I got one in the... Oh, whoa, okay, we got a lot in... What can I say right now? The spam folder. So let's see, it's from Tevia. I was hoping to check out. I'm gonna delete that one. Um, Question of should Marvel just let Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker and Mary Jane, just be happy? Yeah, we've talked about this definitely before. I would love the whole have the happy marriage. I just don't think that's Marvel's vision right now. What's your opinion of Red Hood and Outlaws? Because in my opinion, I hate it. Both Teen Titans series. Well, I've talked about the Teen Titans series, but with Red Hood and Outlaws, I've not read it, so I can't have an opinion on it. But I haven't heard great things about Red Hood and Outlaws. All right, next question. Reveal Patton. Kat, even if Marvel gets the rights to Spider-Man and Fantastic Four back, do you think they will use the characters right away or wait until the time is right? I think they'll wait until the time is right. I mean, if their rights aren't going anywhere and they really take it, time is right. Marvel sees like the people do that because they have so much money now, so they can do whatever they want. So yeah, time is right. Okay, next is from Beyond Death Day and says, I'm a huge fan of Harley Quinn and the Joker and would love to see them somewhere in the new DC cinematic universe. Who would you want those characters to be played by, and who are some villains you'd like to see in the big screen? I'm not a big villain fan, so I'll go with that. So I don't know which villain I would like to see in the big screen. I want to see a new version of Lex Luthor. I don't want to see Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Who else would I like to see? The Joker, I don't know if I would want to see just right yet, just because the whole Heath Ledger thing, I think he was the best Joker. So Harley Quinn, I feel like fits a little bit more for TV, so I would love to see Harley on Arrow somehow. And I love that Tara Strong did the voice on Arrow. I don't think Tara Strong could play Harley, but I don't think she has a physical appearance for it. But you never know. You never know with the shows like that. So I don't know who I would want to play Harley, but all good questions. All right, next question's from Fafadum. What type of music do you listen to? Check out my favorites. That's like literally like all the songs I listen to. So check out my favorites. But what do I listen to? I really like One Republic. So like alternative rock, but I love Jack Johnson. I think he's cool. Like mellow music is really good. Dave Matthews Band I'm a big fan of. So. But I also like old-time stuff. I'm a big Beatles fan, so I'll listen to Beatles. Sound of Silence is one of my favorite songs ever by Simon and Garfunkel. Yeah, there's a lot of different songs. But then I'll like listen to like Green Day. So I have diverse music. And I also like listening to today's music too, like the VMAs I'm gonna watch. I like all different types of music. But check out my favorites. That's where like all my favorite songs are. That's where I put all my songs. Okay. Monochrome, can you talk about your comic book that you're working about? Of course I will. Yeah, of course. The comic book I'm working on is called Like Father, Like Daughter. Thank you. I would love to talk about it, actually. If you guys have any more questions exactly about Like Father, Like Daughter, ask those too. I would love to answer some. Like about the writing process or just, story ideas in general. But yeah, Like Father, Like Daughter is about a teenage girl, whose father left her to be a superhero, and there's a lot of twists and turns. It's a comic where the superhero genre is put on its head. It pokes fun at the superhero genre a lot, and just a really fun series to write. And I just feel like no one ever talks about like, hey, this father who leaves to be a superhero. I've never seen that story be told before. So it's going to be a really cool family dynamic book, but it's also just a really fun kind of like parody book at the same time too. So yeah, if you have any like exact questions, definitely ask me in the comments, like the writing process or whatever. Definitely ask those questions too. All right, next is from Abel. What kind of comics are you into? I like a lot of different comics. You can check out my pull list. I have a lot of indies. I have a lot of obviously superhero comics. I love my superhero comics, but I also like horror books or teen books, so I will try a lot of things. I won't say I'll try anything, but I always try to give different things a try. And yeah, check out my pull list, check out my my comic reviews, and you can tell like what comics I get. What's your opinion on I did talk about the Spider-Woman comic, Jeremy Bickham, so just go back and I did talk about the Spider-Woman thing. This is actually a question from Jeremy Bickham to go with the Spider-Woman one. Do you think female superheroes are too sexualized? That's a really good question. Yeah, but I think like all heroes are. Even male heroes are over-sexualized in a way too, so I can't just say it's females, but it's understandable. That's just the world we live in. TV shows do the same thing, movies do the same thing. It's a shame, but it's to all genders. But yeah, women get it a lot too, like the Spider-Woman comic. So yeah, if we could do something to try to balance that out, it'd be great. But yeah, I do think there's just over-sexualization in general in media. All right, next question. Kat, have you heard about the Uncharted games, The Last of Us, and how do you feel about them? As I said, I'm not a big gamer. I only play a couple of games consistently. But Last of Us, I've heard great things. I actually would love to get that. But I think it's only like for PlayStation, and I don't have any PlayStation stuff, which is actually a funny story why I don't. I have like this PlayStation curse. I got the first PlayStation, had it in my basement. We had a flood. No PlayStation 1. Had a second PlayStation. Had a flood. No PlayStation 2. And then after that, I just kind of was like, you know what? We don't want any more PlayStations. So every single time I had a PlayStation, it somehow drowned. So I'm not a big PlayStation fan. I do get Xbox and Nintendo though. But getting back to it, I would like to get Last of Us, but I think it's only for PlayStation. So can't play it, but that's definitely a game I would like to play. Red Wolf, do you think any actor out there would replace Heath Ledger for the Joker? I don't know. I feel like Heath Ledger did the best job for the Joker. If they went and made like a Batman the Animated Series route and not really do that psychotic, obviously Batman the Animated Series was also psychotic, but more of like that comedic route, I think that would work better. Just do a different version of Joker. They can't copy what they did with Heath Ledger. They just need to do something different if they want to do the Joker, which I'm sure they will over the years. Next question is about Like Father, Like Daughter. And for Like Father, Like Daughter, and this is from Revo Patton, how long does it take to make one issue, and do you both draw and write? Right now we're not finished with the first issue yet. We're almost done with it. Web comics, we have 3 ready, so I wrote all the web comics already. I'm only writing it. I'm not drawing it, but Short Fuse Media is helping me out with the colors, the inks, and the drawings. So they have artists and all their employees there. So they're helping me out with all that stuff. We're not done with the first issue yet, but I finished writing it a while ago, and I'm just getting pages back, which is awesome to see. Getting those pages, I just got a page. If you check the update blog, I just got a page back from the first webcomics. We have 3 webcomics coming out, 3 one-shot webcomics about the characters coming out before the Kickstarter. Kickstarter should be in October, and then that'll be the Kickstarter for issue 1 to get issue 1 in comic book stores. But yeah, it's really fun to get these things back. I just got the colors back for that first one shot, so you'll be seeing that in like 2 weeks. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. You'll actually see the writing. I'm up to right now issue 3 of writing it. Issue 2 already sent in. Issue 1 they're working on. Again, coloring and everything and lettering. And issue 3 is a really cool issue, and I wrote a movie script for it already, so it's converting the movie script into a comic book and having ideas after the movie script. So I know where it's going, and it's going in a really fun direction. It's kind of cool to convert it into a comic book, because I've actually added scenes and added different things because of the conversion, just because of the 2 different mediums. So it's really fun. If you guys have any more Like Father, Like Daughter questions, definitely ask in the comments. A lot of fun answering them. Alright. Alright, let's see. More questions. Beyond Death Day says, favorite Marvel and DC anime movie? For me, DC Batman Under the Red Hood. Marvel, nothing. I don't really like their anime movies. Same thing for Marvel. I've really never seen their anime movies, never had the urge to, so I don't really like the anime movies. DC, I'm actually going to have, I think, next week, for Comic Frontline, a top 5 DC anime movies topic videos. So I'm not going to spoil that right now, so someday you should be sure to check that out, and you'll see my top 5 DC anime movies. And the original question was, what's your favorite superhero anime movie? And I said besides Mosaic, which is a Stan Lee anime movie. Besides that one, they're all DC, so I'm just going to do a DC one. I've never done that, so DC has some awesome anime movies. All right, next question. Okay. Next question is Cayman Dark Rider. Do you think Batman will bring Damian from the dead? Yeah, I'm sure he will. I'm not really happy about it because I think Damian hasn't even. I feel like his death hasn't even been able to be taken in by fans because there's so much still going on with the Bat universe, like Batman Eternal, Batman Zero Year happened right after the death. So give us some time, and I think they're rushing it all. I think it was just more of a publicity stunt. And that upsets me with this death because I hate publicity stunt deaths. And with Wolverine, we know that's happening, but at least there's like a reason they could give him a breather for the character. But with Damian, I just don't know what they're doing. Give him a breather for a while. Come on. Oh yeah, I'm sure he's gonna come back. All right, next question. Sorry. Scotty Showman, do you think that Like Father Like Daughter will end up being its own entity, or do you think you would like to make a universe and add characters into your story? That's actually a really cool question. There's characters that are secondary characters now that I feel like maybe I could do something with, but right now, the first issue is not even out, so I'm not even thinking about a universe. I'm just thinking about the universe within this one comic, so I'm not thinking about other comics that could spin out of it. I'm just thinking about one. I think the way my universe kind of fits, I don't want to like, spoil things, but the way my universe is, I think it works as one comic. So, yeah, I have a lot of story to tell, even though the origin story is like going to be probably like 12 issues. So, but trust me, it's not going to be like filler or anything. It's just leading up to that ending. It's gonna be really interesting, but it's gonna be because again, it was supposed to be a movie, so I'm getting the whole movie into one. It's kind of like Kick-Ass in a way, where the first volume was his origin story, so it's gonna be kind of like that. So it's every issue is gonna have something happening. I hate filler issues. I mean, I like fun filler issues. You might get to see some fun filler issues, but for this first origin story, you're not gonna get filler issues. You're gonna get to see progression throughout every issue. All right, next question is, The Real Heel, would you love to see a Venom Carnage movie? I did answer this previously, it was a while ago, so, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the Sony movies, so that's all I'm going to say, but go back to the video and check out my answer for that, because I don't want to repeat. All right, Monochrome. In your comic, Father Like Daughter, did the whole thing of Casey's father leaving his family to serve as a superhero full-time, did you get inspired from how some soldiers leave their family to serve in the Army for a few years? I actually, you know, I didn't get inspired by that because I don't have any soldiers in my family. But I think, yeah, you know, one thing about writing, people are going to take different things out of it. So if your family, maybe you have a father that's, like, in the Army, you might take that out of it, and that's one fun thing about writing. People are going to take different things out of your writing. For me, the reason I wrote it is that I love family dynamics, and because he left his family, there's going to be a giant family dynamic throughout this whole series. So I think that's an interesting thing, and what I'm playing with is what is it to be a hero? You know, this definition of, I guess, fame in a way also I'm playing with. The definition of fame, a superhero, saving the world, but how about if he's kind of a jerk in real life, you know, and it's really the celebrity complex in general. So that's what I'm trying to play with, is what it means to be a superhero. If you're saving people, are you really a good person at all? Or maybe you're not a good person. Maybe you did leave your daughter. So it's playing with that idea, definitely. So, yeah, people are going to pull different things out of it, but that's definitely the thing I got from it when I was first writing it. Yeah, these are really fun questions, so keep going with those. I really like it. I like those type of questions. All right, next is Reveal Patton. Says, Team Wolf question, Kat. Do you think Scott will lose control and become the same monster like Peter was? And how do you feel Season 4 is going so far? I think we saw that a little in this episode, actually, him kind of becoming a monster, but I don't think he will, because I feel like even what Lydia said by the end of this episode is like, look at Scott, he's not a monster. So I feel like it's going to be that urge to turn into a monster, because a lot of this show is just being obviously human, but you have the inner core of this monster wanting to rip out of you. And a lot of werewolf shows do that. It's like, oh, am I the monster? Am I the human I used to be. So I think it's definitely going to be something they fight over. But I don't think Scott will ever turn it into the evil side, because that's not his character. Maybe in, like, Season 10 he will. I just don't think that's going to happen now. Another question is, how do I think Season 4 is going? I like it. I like the season. It's interesting to see what they're doing without Allison, and I do like that they're progressing more with the Banshee story. I like Malia and Kira. I think they're interesting characters. But I still think 3B probably was the best. There's some plot holes with the actual story, like Deadpool stuff and the Kate thing. I think it's a solid season. It's not my favorite season, but it is a solid season. And we're getting some interesting things coming out of it. All right, next question. Next question is Harry Bean. Have you heard of Star Trek Continues? Is a fan-made show that's like the series, hadn't ended. It's pretty cool. Not a Star Trek fan. I've never seen the show. I've seen the movies, just, you know, for fun, or, you know, the newer movies, but I'm not a big Star Trek fan, so I haven't heard of it. Panadim asks, what type of YouTubers do you watch, if any? If you watch any. Oh, yeah, I watch YouTubers. Sometimes I don't have time to watch it, like, right when they post it, so I have a list of videos, which I'm still going through. I always have a list of videos to watch. But I like the bigger YouTubers. I like, you know, Prank vs. Prank. I like, BF vs. GF, which is the same person. I Just Seen's really cool. Black Nerd Comedy. So I like the geekier stuff, like Geek and Sundry, Nerdist. I also love the movie reviewers, like Chris Stuckman, Beyond the Trailer, Smo Snow. Those are pretty cool ones. Like, also Katie Wilson's a really cool vlogger. She's cool. So I like vloggers. Hello Hannah Chow's a really cool one. Lena is hilarious. Love her. She was the overly attached girlfriend meme. So I also like kind of sarcastic YouTubers. Also, What the Buck is really good for celebrity news, which I like to get. So yeah, I watch a lot of YouTubers, and of course my comic book reviewers too. My friends on Frontline, you know, friends I have. So those are just YouTubers I was thinking, like, outside friend zone. But, you know, I also watch a lot of my friends' reviews, like Real School, Great Disagreed, you know, Mr. G's Comics, everyone on Comic Frontline. These are just some people. So, Black Critic Guy. So I've made a lot of friends, too, which I watch their videos, too. But just YouTubers that, like, I don't know as much. Those are some people I watch. Very cool question. I like that. Abel, last question. I'm not a DC fan at all. Gotham, do you think this will be a good show? That's the show that I am so skeptical about. I do not know what to think about Gotham. I don't know. I'm going to see it early, so you will have an advanced review of it in the beginning of September. So, I don't know, though. I do not know. Gotham's, it's speechless saying it. The commercials don't make me excited, but Arrow I'm very excited to return for, and Flash I'm very excited for. I think there's more. Oh yeah, there's more spam stuff here, so I'm gonna look through the spam folder. Dread comment. I don't watch Dread. I was hoping to do a webcomic someday, but I'm going to need some help, and I was hoping you can help me. Right now I'm making my own comic, so I do not have time to work on other comics, but I'm sure you can make a great webcomic, so just keep at it. And that was from Tevia. Dread, answer that. Question, aka, question, what is your opinion of superheroes having family and letting the next generation take over? Just wondering. Yeah, I love it. Just, you know, Spider-Girl is one of my favorite heroes, so... love that. And sorry, I'm just going quick through these questions. They're in the spam folder, so I'm just trying to answer some of them. So yeah, superheroes having family, I love it. Question, I was hoping, let me see, let me read through this. Tavia, question, I was hoping I can make a comic like you because I really want to tell a story with a father who is a superhero and has a wife who's a human. They have a son and a daughter team up, and they go on adventures, and both kids have superhero powers, and one has super strength and super speed. Daughter can teleport. Yeah, go for it. Sounds like an interesting story. Again, for me, when I made my comic, I was just like, I want to make a comic, and you just have to work really hard on it, so go for it. Okay. More questions. All right. Sorry, it's had a... Red Wolf, what is your least favorite DC animated movie? Least favorite? Just Like War, I didn't really like. Superman Unbound, didn't really like that. A lot of the newer ones, honestly, I didn't love. Some of Batman was okay. Yeah, I just remember Superman Unbound I was really bored with, and Just Like War. So, but I think Superman Unbound probably. Didn't like that one that much. That's just from the top of my head. Next is from Beyond Death Day. Have you read any of the Just Imagine Stan Lee comics? That would be series by DC where they had Stan Lee write his own version of classic DC characters. I don't think I read those. The Stan Lee books, obviously, the original Stan Lee books, and I read his Boom comics. I read for a while, so those were pretty good. I didn't love it, but they were pretty good. I don't know what happened in them, but they were okay. But I did like Mosaic. Like, if he could make something with that, I like that animated movie. So, really did. Even though, like, Adam Paquin did the voice, it wasn't great voicing, but I did like the story. So, Mosaic, guys. Let's make that a comic. All right. Scotty Showman, writing question. I saw this documentary on Back to the Future. The idea for the movie came when the writer of the movie saw a yearbook and wondering what it would be like to go to school with his father. How does forming a story work for you? Do you start from the beginning, the end, and work backwards, or work around an idea? Yeah, keep going with the writing questions. They're pretty awesome. For me, I start from the beginning. I try to get a plot idea. With like Father Like Daughter, I had to come up with an idea because I was doing a screenplay writing class. So I had to come up with the idea, and I was like, well, what am I going to write about? And I was thinking about other movies, and I think that's the best way to put it. Think about other movies you really like and try to come up with the idea yourself, and why do you like those movies? That's what I did. I was like, why the hell do I like family dynamics? Why do I like superheroes? And come up with that, and you could form your own ideas with that. So that's something I came up with. I thought about different stuff I enjoy, like Buffy, and I was thinking, hey, how about if we bring in Clueless a little bit into a superhero drama and not make, one thing I actually like a lot about Clueless is, the popular girl, you're like, oh, another popular girl movie, but it was kind of decade defining just because she wasn't like the mean girl, so I feel like that's kind of interesting. So I would say pick something that you feel like is such a trope. It's like, oh, I've seen this a million times, and put a spin on it. That was what I was thinking about with like Father Like Daughter. So hopefully it comes across that way. All right, next question. Nice job on the ALS challenge. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching, guys. Do you watch AMC Movie Talk? I do not. I've heard stuff about it. I know, I'm trying to think of his name right now. I can't think of his name from Samoa's No, but I know Samoa's No's usually on it, so heard good things, and AMC doing more YouTube stuff I think is really smart. All right, let's see if we got more questions going on. We got about like 10 minutes left, so keep going with your questions. Having fun with this. Thank you guys for asking all these questions. All right, here we go. We got a lot more here. Thank you guys. In the new show, The Creatives of Korra, do you think they still make strong female characters even if the show will be in the rate of Tier M, which gives the option to present any characters in a sexual way? So you're saying, do you think they should have Korra be a teen or M show? Do you think they'll still have strong female characters even if the show will be rated of T or M? Yeah, I mean, I don't think if it's like a more mature rating, which I don't think they'll ever do that. It's a cartoon, so I don't think they're gonna make it. And T and M is the video game rating. So for TV, it'd be M or TV 14. I don't think they're going that direction for Legend of Korra. So yeah, I just don't even think they're gonna go that direction. All right, next question. Reveal pattern. How are you liking the Miles Morales series so far, and do you think it'll last long? Hail Gare to both answers. That's like my favorite series going on right now. It's like pick of the week every week. Read it if you're not reading it, and it's doing well in sales, so I think it'll last a while. And Miles Morales is a popular character in general. Okay, next. Next question is Lamar. So how do you like Zenescope Fairy Tale series, and where do you expect Robin Hood to go? And also, will you read back issues or focus on stick current and upcoming issues? So yeah, Zenescope Grim Fairy Tales, I've been liking it. Yeah, I just started getting into Grim Fairy Tales, and I think it's a pretty cool, unique spin on fairy tales in general. Robin Hood's going a really cool direction also. We just had Pat Shand on for his podcast, and he's a really cool writer, so I've been liking his Robin Hood stuff. And would I review back issues? I kind of already do. I review the Mayday's Journey every week. I review Spider-Girl, so be sure to check that out. And I try to review trades every once in a while. I'm right now currently reading, very slowly, American Vampire, and I've been enjoying it. Same revival I was reading. So I read back issues. I just don't tend to like to review it because they're more of my, like, sit back, relax. With the current issues, of course, like, I'm reviewing them, so it's not as much sit back and relax leisure reading, so I don't really like reviewing the back issues that much because, again, that's just, like, my leisure reading. And for current books is more of, like, I'm going to review it, even though I love reviewing it, but sometimes I do want some leisure reading also. Not always to think about a review. All right, next is Lamar. What writer do you want to take over after Slott, Bumpy run, and what stories and characters you want them to focus on? I would like to see Bendis take Amazing Spider-Man for a try, because I love what he did with Ultimate Spider-Man, and he focuses on relationships a lot, and I would really like to see what he does with Amazing Spider-Man. What focus? Come on, Mary Jane. We haven't had a focus on Mary Jane at all. So Mary Jane would be the big one. Yeah, if I had to take if someone would take over, I would really like to see what Bendis does for Spider-Man, for Amazing Spider-Man. Malik Myers, how do you feel about the Vampire Diaries TV show as a whole? It was one of my favorite TV shows for a while until Arrow season 2, honestly, and before it went down. Still one of my favorite TV shows. I still really like the seasons that were good. I think the seasons that were good was season 2 through 4 were really good. Really loved Vampire Diaries at that point. This season, that was currently not so great. I haven't even finished the season. That's how bad it was yet. I gotta watch it because I still really like the show. It just story-wise is not going in a great direction. But I do like the show, and I think a lot of people say, "Oh, Vampire Diaries, CW, like it's a good show. It really is, and it has some really good storytelling, some good actors. Ian Somerhalder, Candace Accola, Nina Dobrev. They're good actors there. So storytelling, when Kevin Williamson went to The Following, that's when it really dropped because Julie Plec was just doing it by herself. So I think that was where the show really dropped. But it's still a good show. I really do enjoy it, and I don't think people should depict it as, oh, another Twilight show. Like, forget about the Twilight thing. It has nothing to do with the Twilight. It's actually a good show. So I think more people should give it a try. All right, let's see what other questions we got here. Any favorite British shows? And this is from Paladin. Yeah, I don't watch Doctor Who. I know, like, a lot of people are probably like, British shows, Doctor Who. I don't watch Doctor Who. Not a big time travel fan. I know a lot of people that like it. I was talking about Wolfblood earlier. Really great British show. Love it. Wolfblood's definitely #1. I've seen Being Human, the UK version. I've seen a couple of seasons. I liked it, but I did like the US version a little bit better. I guess because we're just used to that type of storytelling for sci-fi. So I like that a little bit better, and the characters a little better. I love the web series for Being Human, the UK version. That was really good. Wish they continued that. Am I High I've seen before. That's okay. I've seen that. I've always tried to look at their kid shows to see how different they are. I also see a lot of Australian shows. I love H2O Just Add Water, so I watch that. So yeah, I like watching British and UK. Also, I watched Australian-wise Elephant Princess is not too bad. That's where Liam Hemsworth started his career, so that's pretty interesting. So yeah, I've seen a lot of Australian and British shows. Kevin James, will you buy Hyrule Warriors? Again, not a big gamer, so not sure about it. We'll see. Next question. Reveal patent. Who's better Spider-Man, Tobey or Andrew? Who's the better Peter Parker? That's actually a really good question. Answer. Who's the better Spider-Man? Who's the better Peter Parker? I think Andrew's the better Peter Parker and Tobey's the better Spider-Man. Well, no, reverse. They're both good at, this is the best answer. I'm going to kind of reword this. I think Andrew was the better high school Peter Parker and Tobey was the better better Spider-Man high school and Peter Parker high school. And Tobey was the better college and adult Peter Parker. and Spider-Man. I could see Tobey playing more of that Spider-Man. So they both have their pros and their cons. I grew up with Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans. I personally like Tobey Maguire a little bit more, but I like Andrew Garfield too. Like, I like him as an actor. So it's hard. It's really hard answer. Oh no. All right, next question. Beyond of Death Day, if you were ever to have your original Like Father Like Daughter script turned into a film, would you rather be a live action or animated, and what are some reasons for your choice? Live action, honestly. I feel like with animated, you get a lot of original animated superhero films, like I was just gonna say Vulnerable, but like Incredibles and Big Hero 6. Technically, it's not original, but you have a lot of those type of things. And I actually, when I was writing it, I pictured it as a live action. I really pictured it as a cartoon. But hey, if you want to make it a cartoon, you can make it a cartoon if it's going to be a film. But yeah, I would rather live action. I have casting in my head. I kind of want to make it not like Sky High, because it's definitely a little bit more adult than Sky High, but I would like to have like that vibe to it, just to have like a Sky High type movie, and again, have some more original content for superhero movies. Like Hancock was original. It's interesting to get some more original stuff, and not based on the comic books. Which now it will be a comic book, so it will be based on a comic book. But if the film came first, because the film technically did come first. All right, next question. What was your favorite Robin Williams movie? As a Disney fan, Aladdin was my favorite Robin Williams movie. And rest in peace, he was a great actor. Malik Myers, have you seen The Strain on FX? I have not, but I've heard some really good things about it, so maybe I'll like binge watch it after the season's over. Alright, next. Yeah, I'll go over maybe a little bit more. I can go a little over 2 hours, right guys? My voice is still good. Alright. Senior Nerd, been watching the Every Simpson marathon, so what is your favorite Simpsons episode, favorite quest star on The Simpsons, and least favorite Simpsons character? I'm not a humongous Simpsons fan, but I've seen a lot of Simpsons episodes. My brother's a humongous Simpsons fan, has been watching the marathon over and over again. I catch Simpsons episodes here and there, so I can't really give a favorite. I was more of a Futurama fan, but I don't know if I'll be able to give a favorite Futurama either. It's a show that I did not watch every episode of. I've watched a lot of. So my favorite character, for some reason, is Lisa. But I love all of them. Like, I love Maggie. I think Maggie's awesome. I love Homer, Bart. But I have to go with Lisa. I don't know. And, I mean, Marge is awesome, too. So I'm going to go with Lisa as my favorite Simpsons character. All right. Next question. Beyond and Death Day. If Marvel and DC were to bring back some of the canceled shows in an unaltered state, what are some of the shows you'd like them to bring back? DC, Batman Animated Series, Static Shock, Young Justice. Marvel, I would love them to bring back X-Men Evolution, really like that. The Spider-Man 90s cartoon. Yeah, those are some I would really like them to bring back. All right, let's see if we have any more questions. All right, let's see. Oh, review comments. So we have some in the spam. Question: what's your opinion of Orphan Black? I've heard a lot of my friends like the show, so that is definitely one on my list to binge. So one of these days I will binge Orphan Black. So I haven't watched it though. I've heard good things. All right, I've answered this question before, so I'm not gonna answer that one. All right, let's see if we have any more. Yes, we do. Kevin James, how do you feel about the Super Smash Bros. Newcomers as a whole? Well, there's a lot of newcomers, like Wii Fit Trainer, and there's a lot of rumors of old comers coming back, so we don't have the full roster yet, but I really like the newcomers. I like their powers, or their abilities, their smash attacks. I don't know what to think about Wii Fit Trainer. But the villagers, I hear, is really hard to use. But once you learn how to use him, he's really powerful. So that's interesting. Pac-Man, I'm excited to play as. Who else? The one from, I can't think of her name right now. Regina, I think that's her name. Regina from, no, I don't think that's her name. from Mario Galaxy. Can't think of her name. She's a princess. She has a star with her. It's interesting because I could remember the star name. She could use Luma and move them with two controls, so the two sticks. So I think that's pretty interesting. Yeah, there's some cool characters. A lot from Fire Emblem, which I'm really excited at. As an Ike fan, I'm really excited for more Fire Emblem characters. So, yeah, I'm excited to use all these new characters just because they're new, and I want to see their powers and who I'm going to like, who I'm going to dislike. I'm just super excited for this game. All right, next. Reveal pattern. Kat, if you could choose your favorite and worst season of Smallville, which seasons would it be? And I think Season 8 was Doomsday was terrible. The last battle was such a letdown. I would agree. Season 8 was probably the worst season, which is a shame because Season 8 was the worst. My favorite is Season 5. Once, Chloe kind of got in the groove of everything. I love Season 5 because it made that leap from the high school to a superhero show. So... Season 5 on DVD. I just remember rewatching it. And I love Season 6 also because I'm pretty sure that's when, I don't think Green Arrow became a regular during Season 6, but I remember Green Arrow was humongous in that season. So I love Green Arrow. I love Justin Hartley. So that's actually how I became a Green Arrow fan, was because of Smallville. So yeah, Season 6 and Season 5 are definitely my favorites. Pananim, are you a fan of Harry Potter? I've actually not seen all the movies. I've seen most of them. I've seen, I think 4. I guess I've seen half of them. I've seen 4 or 5 of them. I remember when I was younger, I liked it, but I never read the books. I'm not a Potterhead, so, but it's a cool franchise. I can see why people like it. So, I have a lot of friends that do like the franchise, though. Now, let's see if there's any more. We'll keep going for a little while. All right, let's see. Here's more spam questions, so I guess I'll go to those. Alright, one more spam question from Tevia. Question, what's your opinion of Spectacular Spider-Man anime series on Blu-ray? Because in my opinion, I loved it. I've not seen all the Spectacular Spider-Man. I've definitely answered this question before, Tevia, but yeah, Spectacular Spider-Man, I've not seen it all, but Greg Weisman shows are awesome. So yeah, it's a cool series. Alright. Let's see if we have any more questions. Alright, we're going to start ending the show soon, so get your last-minute questions in there, and I'm going to start wrapping up the show. I had a really fun time doing this, guys. Thank you guys for watching and sending so many questions. If you want these again, please tell me in comments. Again, I know I'll have one for the 6,000 subscribers, but who knows? Hopefully I'll try have another one soon. And I'm done with water. If you know I'm done with the water, then it's got to be towards the end of the show. So thirsty with these shows. Anyways, yeah, so be sure to check out the channel. I'll have an update video. Again, keep asking your questions because I'm going to get to those last-minute questions, but I do want to round up. So yeah, I'm going to have that update video about what shows I'll be reviewing for the fall and the whole comic book schedule next week sometime. Probably next weekend I'll have that update video. And yeah, regular comic book reviews. Check out my Red Band Society review. That's up. That's like a new review. Teen Wolf review went up this week, just before the live shows. So be sure to check that out. Legend of Korra review came up. Girl Meets World didn't because it didn't air, so I think it's coming back September. Also for Frontline, we're gonna continue reviewing Power Rangers and Ultimate Spider-Man. We're gonna review with the round. With Jay reviewing it 1 week, Mike reviewing it 1 week, and I'm reviewing it 1 week. So we're going to have that round thing going on. But we're reviewing Ultimate Spider-Man because the Web Warriors thing with Spider-Verse, so we are going to review that every week. Again, either me, Jay, or Mike will review it, and same thing goes for Power Rangers because it seemed like you guys really liked it. And we all like Power Rangers here, so we may not Megaforce, but we are reviewing Megaforce because that's the series right now. We also had Jay just had a video on Dino Charge, so you can check that out, the new cast for Dino Charge. So we're definitely doing more Power Rangers stuff there, so be sure to check that out. Like Father Like Daughter, always check out the website. The Kickstarter should be coming sooner than later, so be sure to keep an eye on that. And the webcomic should be starting in about 2 weeks, and a new concept image will be up on Monday, so be sure to support that. Again, the quicker the more people that support it, the quicker the project will go, and I'm really excited to share issue 1 with you guys. Alright, let's see if there's any more questions, and again, we'll start wrapping it up. Okay, there is. Okay, Beyond Death Day. If your like Father Like Daughter comic were picked up by Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, etc., who would you prefer the series to be published by? Also, what are some of the reasons? I don't think Marvel and DC, just because it doesn't really fit the universe, which I would love to write for Marvel and DC, just not for this book. But I would say Image. I think they handled their books really well, and they also have Invincible, which is a really cool superhero book too. And I think they deal a little bit more with superhero books than the other indie companies. So I'll go with Image. I would love to see Image pick up like Father Like Daughter if I had to choose a publishing place. But I love what Short Fuse Media is doing right now. So be sure to check out their comics at Short Fuse Media. All right, next is Reveal Pattern. Kat, do you think that the Avatar creators could have made a good show off the first Avatar? Or are you happy with Korra? Do you like Korra more than Aang? That's a really hard question. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't really want to see a first Avatar TV show. I really like the episodes. I personally wouldn't want to see a series out of that. I would like to see a comic book out of that, but I wouldn't want to see a series. I think it was a good 2 episodes just to kind of get to see what the Avatar was like then. And for me, I didn't grow up, which, I mean, I should have grew up with Last Airbender, but I didn't really watch it when I was a kid, so I actually started the Last Airbender universe with Korra, so it's kind of hard to say which one I like better because they're so different, and I know most people are going to say Aang, which I love Aang too, but they're so different. That's the best way to put it. I like both of them the same, or for different reasons, so I'm not going to pick one. But I will say I started with Korra first. Hi, Showman. Since you like so many different shows, do you ever think about what would happen if they all meshed together a super show, like Ollie and Roy and Arrow meeting Claire and Noah Bennett, and Teen Wolf characters like Styles and Lydia coming together, maybe fighting Sylar or the Joker? I never really think about it, but I know like fandoms always think about it, so it'd be pretty cool. Like if that would happen, sure. All right, next question. Beyond Death Day. I love to see more of these. It was really fun today. Thank you. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I had a really fun time too, even though my voice is killing me, but I had such a fun time. I love answering you guys' questions, like kind of connecting with you guys, so it's really fun. All right, next question. The Real Heel, what do you think of Spider-Man 90 series? Awesome, loved it. It was a great series. One of the best Spider-Man series out there. All right, next question. I remember you were in college, and I started my first day of college tomorrow. Do you have any suggestions? Because I'm freaking out. Yes, I am in college. I'm in my 3rd year of college now, so I definitely know how it feels to be that first day of college. Relax. Definitely just relax. You'll find your niche. That's the best way to put it. It's a really stressful time because you're just trying to find yourself, and you have to make new friends. But you'll get you'll find yourself. You'll make friends, and it's going to be a fun time for you, especially since you're going to be learning stuff you probably enjoy, depending on what you're majoring, so I'm sure you're going to have a fun time. Don't stress out is the best way to put it. New beginning. All right, let's see if there's any other questions. That is all the questions. That was a good last question. Thank you guys for joining me with this. If you have any other questions, even if it's not live, you could ask me or whatever. So hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm going to watch the VMAs, so hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, so this was really fun. And guys, thanks for asking questions since this was such a sporadic show. And it was cool that we got a 2-hour Q&A out of this. And things coming up for me, again, I already told you the videos coming up, but be sure to watch Media Madness Tuesday. We're going to be talking about the Emmys. I will be watching Emmys tomorrow, so we're going to be talking about that. No Frontline Live this week, but we're going to get back to the groove of things as we all get back to the groove of things with jobs and work and after at school after the summer ends. So we're going to get back to it. And also, again, the Paley Center event, I will have reviews for some big shows like Gotham and the Flash advanced reviews in the beginning of September. So about 2 weeks from now. So be ready for that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. This is Comic You Know, and hopefully I'll do this very soon. I think I'll definitely do this for a 6,000 subscriber show and maybe something else. We'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed.